Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A. We go over all latest news that happened during the week of mobile and tech and answer your questions live. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below and I will answer it before the end of the show. Now, there is some stuff to get to. I do want to apologize for the late start today. Apparently, when I updated the software that I stream with called XSplit, it basically wiped out the stream key, everything I normally have set up, so I had to redo all the software. Oops. Sorry for that mic hit. And so yeah, had to do all that. So yeah. All right, let's get started with the actual show. And the big news is we are now getting renders that are new, brand new, because we had different renders last week, that the Tab S8 Ultra could possibly have a notch. What the notch? Like, why? Why, Samsung? Why? It's so... like, why? Like, oh man. Especially a notch, like, I would be more okay with the teardrop. Like, there's no reason to have more than a single camera there, and that's all you need there. You don't need anything else there. But the only thing I could say is it looks like a much smaller notch than anything that Apple's ever produced. But still, it is hideous. It is a notch, and why would you do that to us? Why would you do that to us? Now, this is in the Ultra variant, which, again, has not come out yet. And the Ultra variant is supposed to be the big one, right? It's supposed to be a 14-inch display, which is the biggest tablet we have seen on Android, except for the TV tablets that came out about 4 years ago. This is pretty much the biggest one. It's made to be even bigger than the iPad Pro, but again, it's just... why? It's super thin, super thin. And again, I love my Samsung Tab 7 Plus. I have loved this screen size of 12.5, I believe. But I will let you know in some some preview for this week, I did get to test out a 13-inch Lenovo tablet. I literally just got in the studio, so I'm going to be testing this one out. 13-inch, and the coolest part about it is it's an external monitor. So that's really cool. I'm going to play Nintendo Switch on this thing. So yeah, really fun stuff with that. Stay tuned for that, of course. But overall, I'm very curious why this is necessary. Just, why would we need it? But again, this will be a 14.6-inch display. So really, I mean, when 15-inch used to be the mainstream for all regular size laptops, it's just really really different compared to what we always had. So very curious to see how it will go overall. But again, we'll see how it goes. Overall, I don't like the notch. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about the notch? Do you care about it? Do you not care? Let me know in the comment section. All right, then we have a brand new looking S22 Ultra. This is the third iteration. We've seen lots of different basic stuff in terms of how the S22 Ultra will look. And basically this is the newest iteration for it. Overall, this one is gonna be circles in place, and then you're not going to have the design we had before, which was basically apparently is going to be lifted because of less weight. So this whole addition that kept it flush overall is going to be taken away because they want to cut down the weight. Why do they want to cut down the weight? Because they're going to add an S Pen to it with Bluetooth functionality, which will add more weight to the overall device. So because of that, that is why they want to cut down on the weight overall and see how it goes, really. But we'll see how this is overall. This is a new design for it. Now, we are apparently going to be getting a faster charge as well. It does look like we're going to be getting 45 watt charge back. For those of you who don't remember, I believe it was the S20 Ultra that was the only phone from Samsung that had a 45 watt charge. And I remember because I even bought that charger. This is literally the main charger that I use for all my smartphones. And the thing about it is it's a 45 watt charge, but Samsung really didn't go much faster with that 45 watt charge. It was like a 5-minute difference compared to the 25 watt charger. So because of all that, they're going to basically change it and go back to 45 watt though now. Because again, before I think they were just too scared because of all the battery issues with the Note 7. Now it looks like they're finally okay enough to go to 45 watt. And I think this is mainly pressure from a lot of the Chinese brands that are going faster and faster and faster. I mean, most Chinese brands are already to 65 watts for their chargers that are fast charging. So I think this is kind of to balance that whole ability out overall. But I will say, I did like this look of the cameras before when LG did it. LG did it with the LG Velvet, and I thought it looked really nice when it came to that phone. But I did like the S21 look. So let me know in the comments section, which did you prefer? The S21 looking cameras, or do you like these style of cameras, which are, again, very reminiscent of the LG Velvet. Basically, if you take away the 2 extra cameras on the right side, you have the LG Velvet cameras. So that's going to be mainly this. So yeah. Okay. Sorry, I have to keep kind of looking at the chat. I don't have my regular people today this morning, or sorry, for the evening to look at the chat. So I'm just kind of making sure there's no one doing too bad in the chat. And then finally, we get Samsung has built its EV plant. I didn't even know they were going to it when it comes to it. So basically, they're going to be building an EV plant in the US. I think this is kind of interesting, you know. Toshiba and other manufacturers, and LG specifically, has definitely been involved in the EV making batteries. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Samsung is really good at manufacturing. They manufacture so much and they really do it well. But it's going to be interesting to see how this goes overall. Where if they are able to do well in this, you know, there was a rumor back in, I think it was 2019, that Samsung was one of the ones that was bidding to make all of Tesla's batteries. They did lose that bid, but it's going to be interesting to see, again, if they can get in this EV market, and especially that it's in North America. Are they going to be the main supplier to companies like Ford and other companies? Because they are based here, it's obviously going to be a quicker turnaround. So very interested to see how that goes. But again, just interested to see how it goes as the EV market keeps growing and growing. All right, guys. Now that was the news. Didn't have too much for you. And I will let you guys know that the embargo lifts tomorrow on the Pixel 6 for everyone. So you're going to see a bunch of YouTube channels posting all their information on the Pixel 6, including ours. So stay tuned for that. Basically, we'll have a full run through of the Pixel 6 Pro and my first impressions, now that I can say everything. I still don't want to call it a review because I haven't done certain things like my real battery drain test that I still need to do and certain things like that. So I'm not going to call it a full review. I'm going to call it 1 week later and basically kind of tell you guys all the differences that I had, and definitely a lot of the things I noticed and the improvements that were made. So all that will be going tomorrow as the embargo lifts. Okay, now let's get your questions answered. What's the new S8 look? That new S8 looks epic, which comes in blue. I mean, the different colors are really nice, but again, for me, it was just a notch that kind of killed it for me. But yeah, if it has a notch, I'm not interested. Yeah, Maxwell's, this is definitely, again, it's going to be the sentiment of some people. No more Note, just switch to the 22 Ultra. Why? We've discussed it a couple of times on the channel before, but basically, the president of Samsung for North America had said early on in the year that it was due to they were going to do a Note because of constraints in terms of supply, which has proven to be true in a lot of sense because of the S21 FE is still not made. It looks like if it is going to be made, it's going to be made in January. So come along CES basically. So definitely has been strained. That is true, but it really looked like more that they were chose to do foldables instead of the Note. Now next year, again at that same meeting, again this was in like June, so it was very early on. At that same announcement, he did say that the Note would be coming out next year. It will make its return next year. But now everything we're hearing is just S22 Ultra instead with an S Pen inside to basically kind of replace it. But again, if you are a fan of the Note or know the Note, you know that that's not what a Note is. A Note just isn't an S22 with a pen or an S series with a pen. It really does more, and it's always the best phone of the year contender. It really just, it improves upon everything. It's the more refined, the more polished thing than the S22 Ultra is. And although the S22 Ultra has gotten updates, it's nowhere near on par with the Note would have been with updates already to this point. So because of that, that's going to be the main difference overall with it. At least they aren't taking the micro SD card out of this yet. Yeah, tablets still do have the micro SD card for the time being at least. They should put the camera in the bezel, no one care. Yeah, I think that would be a lot better off than having a notch. I mean, I don't know if they're doing a lot of improvements with the camera, maybe, but I don't see it as a still reason to kind of make it for the most part. Let's see. So will the S22 Ultra be like a Note, like all the rumors say? It'll be an S Pen built in, like old Notes. Yes, that is what we're getting right now with the S22 Ultra. It's essentially a Note in the beginning of the year is what they're trying to put it as. But again, I don't think it'll fulfill it. We'll have to wait and see. But I think there's a difference. And even in popularity, I think anyone would choose a Note over an S22 Ultra if you put them side by side. They're the same phone, but they have a different name. I think people like the Note brand much better, and it's held in a higher esteem than the S series is. I'd like to know about the keyboard cases on the tablets. Yes, I know. I hope I get the 8 Ultra. Yeah, I mean, I will say the keyboard case on as most of you guys have followed me for a while, I never liked the keyboard cases on Samsung tablets early on. Just wasn't a fan of them. I did like that they were the first ones to put a trackpad on it. I thought that was cool, but it was just always too, like every time I typed on a 10-inch tablet with a keyboard, it was like this, like you're kind of scrunched in. But I will say that was the best thing about having a 12.5 inch is that you really had like a full-size keyboard. Yes, it's a little bit narrower than their average, but not by much. Like this is almost what you get with most 13.3 inch laptops. So I really did like the keyboard. The only thing I hated was there are no functions. This only works for this tablet, which is an Android tablet. Why were there function keys? And then the function keys don't work on Android. So in order to put these other keys that aren't the function ones, you have to push FN and then go home, go reset. It's stupid. All of these buttons should have been what they are instead of F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. Like it was stupid that they did it that way, that they did it like everything you want to do, you're gonna have to press an extra button to do it instead of just one press home, one press mute, one press. You have to do holding the function button and then do those media keys, the home, the back button, the screenshot button. All of those needed an extra step when they didn't have to. So that is one thing I definitely hope they improve on the keyboard itself. If you're not a gamer, why are you worried about the notch? I think everyone hates the notches. I think every single person has never liked the notches since we've gotten them on smartphones. I mean, they look ugly, they get in the way of UI, everything. You don't, just because you have a HUD there doesn't mean, if anything, it gets way more videos than it does even gaming sometimes. But yeah, no, notches are horrible, and they've ruined a lot of the resolutions also for developers. I mean, they've never been a good solution overall. So yeah, it's never been a good solution for anything. I like to, oh yeah, sorry, went to that one already. Hey Rudy, thank you for stopping by, man. Hey Quiet Storm, thank you for joining. Yeah, the chat's been a little crazy. I haven't been keeping up, so if you guys can make sure everything's going good, please let me know. All right, let's see. Hey Ricky, how are you? Are the differences between the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro worth 300? Thanks. It's hard to tell. I don't have the Pixel 6 yet. I'm actually going to be getting that one as well, though. So I will be getting a little bit more insight into that. But I will say for most people, the Pixel 6 is fine. So it's hard because I can't break embargo basically. But camera quality wise, the Pixel 6 will be the same as the Pixel 6 Pro, except for the telephoto. And I can say that it has been revealed, that people have figured this out, that basically the Pixel 6 Pro's telephoto camera, the 4X optical, is the same one that was on the S20 Ultra. So when it had a little 4X zoom on there and then a 10X, the 4X zoom was the same. So as this one. So basically, again, really good for that purpose for sure. So overall, definitely going to be the biggest thing when it comes to that is going to be the zoom. You also have a bigger screen, but I have to preface that because the Pixel 6 itself was actually a pretty big screen if you think about it. The Pixel 6 itself has a 6.4 inch display, which is plenty big. Like I think that is a perfect size for most people. Whereas I do like a bigger phone, you know, the Ultra being 6.8, and this one being 6.8 as well, or 6.7 or 6.8. I think it's 6.7. So I like the bigger displays, and even my friend that is moved over from the Note 20 Ultra to the Fold 3, I let him take a look at the Pixel 3, and he was like, man, this is like a perfect size phone. So again, everyone has a different preference in terms of the screen size overall. So is it worth the 300? I would say for most people, no. I would say for most people, $600 for a 6.4 inch display with a camera that it has, and I can't say any more than that. Again, I can't really say anything about quality or anything along those lines. But that the battery life should be about the same as you're getting on the Pro, simply because of the fact that you have a smaller screen and smaller battery, so that difference generally can kind of match it. And the performance is all the same. So yeah, those are going to be the things. I think, you know, storage size might play a factor, and color might play a factor more than anything else, to be quite honest. So yeah, I would say most people I would recommend the Pixel 6 for instead of the 6 Pro. The Pro is if you do want the bigger screen, if you do want the longer battery life, which again, although they're on par probably, I would still give the edge to the Pro just for normal. But we'll have to wait and see overall. Again, I will get the 6 probably within the week. And then I have had the 6 Pro already for a week, so I'll be able to tell about the difference in terms of battery life there. All right. Quiet Storm slacking out. Hey, the Quiet Storm came in and helped out. Thank you for that, Quiet Storm. I'm sad there won't be a Note after next year. I'm not happy with Samsung pushing the Fold, which doesn't allow you to take the Note on on the first screen, I agree with that. I hate that. Had a small battery, no SD slot, and no S Pen slot. I agree. As of right now, Samsung, if they, obviously this is a different kind of year because of everything going on in the world. But honestly, I do not believe that the Samsung series of this phone would, the Fold, I don't think would have done as well if everything was all different. Simply because of the fact that like the Fold is a good phone, but in terms of battery, it's a downgrade from the Fold 2. In terms of the storage, speed, everything is good there. The camera and the battery are the two things that are a huge downgrade from a Note 20. So if it's a downgrade from a phone year over year, that is saying something, right? Like you took a downgrade from your top flagship of last year, which was the Note 20. I know the Fold came out too, but the Note 20 was a better overall phone. Note 20 Ultra, sorry. And you moved over to the Fold 3, you did get a downgrade in terms of battery life and camera quality. I know I never got to do the battery life stuff. That was when I had family stuff going on and a lot of things going on, new job and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't really get to review the battery as much as I would have liked for the Fold 3. But the Fold 3 is definitely a lower battery compared to the Fold 2. So yeah, I will say I hope that they fix everything they need to with the Fold 4 coming up next year. Is the Pixel 6 good enough? Thanks. Yeah, I would say the Pixel 6, I think I can say that, is good enough, yes. When is the best time to charge your phone? Should you charge it to 90 and does it charge 2 times a day damage the battery? So ideally your battery should stay between 20% and 80%. That is for maximum battery quality. If you keep your battery between 20 and 80, you're good. If you extremely fast charge your phone, that will degrade the battery over time. How much time? Probably within 2 to 3 years, your battery will definitely be degraded to at least 20% of what it could do before. So meaning that your 100% would actually be 80% when it first came out. Those are all rough, again, best practices kind of things. So what's the best time to charge your phone? That's really up to you. I typically never charge my phone overnight anymore. I typically just charge it in the morning. I do a fast charge. Charge it up all the way, then it's good, then I can go. So that's what I do. Do I charge it during the day? Well, I didn't always, but with the Fold 3, I really have to. So basically, in the middle of the day around 3 p.m. while I'm at work, I will probably charge the Fold 3 because the battery is already at 50% or lower. So I'll just typically top it off to get to like 80%, and then I'll leave it at that. Till I get to the end of the night, basically. So that's kind of how I do it, but it really depends on the person, depends on how you're using the device and everything thereafter. I bought the Tone free FP8 earbuds. Did you review them? What are your thoughts? You know, I never reviewed the new Tones. I heard good things about them. I got to test out, I believe, the first version of them at CES in 2020, right before everything happened. But I never got to check them out or review them. So yeah, nothing in that front. Chris, how's your hint? HNT, Helium Mobile. It is doing well. I actually got a new miner. There was a drop just this past week, and I did pick up a new miner. So that was basically like a quick shipment. For those of you who don't know, basically that cord right here going across my room is for a miner that I have. That miner is basically crypto miner. Basically, it's a way to get money without having to get like a graphics card and all these kind of crazy things. It doesn't add to my electricity bill. It doesn't really do anything to my internet, and it's generated me money. So if you want to check out that, check out the Helium videos that I did on my channel. And you can see how I did that. But I have 3 Helium hotspots, and I'm gonna have 4 before the end of the year. So you know, I've said it since the beginning. I thought it was a good idea, and I seriously am looking at these minors as to a possibility, not a guarantee, but a possibility to help me on a down payment for our next house. So that's how I kind of see it as. It's a savings, and that's it. Rudy, thank you for being a member for 10 months. That is awesome, man. Thank you so much. And thank you always so much for stopping by. I know you're streaming a lot too on your channel. Go ahead and follow him, Rudy Can't Game. But thank you always so much for joining, man. I appreciate it. Are you going to CES? Absolutely, I'm going to CES. I am very excited about it. I'm also very excited to announce that I will be. It looks like the doing stuff with Newegg has been going well, and you guys might be seeing me on their YouTube channel in about 2 weeks or so. So really excited for that to gain more exposure. Obviously, they have more than double the subs that I have, so it'll be really cool to see that. But I will also say that I will make the announcement in the middle of the week, probably on Wednesday or Thursday. But there will be a live stream that I'm going to be hosting for Newegg on Friday on their YouTube channel. So make sure to go ahead and check that out. Again, I'll do a link in a video for it later on during the week, so you guys have the exact link. But they're going to be doing a laptop giveaway for a killer laptop that's honestly better than mine. So I will definitely leave that for you guys later on in the week. But it's awesome, you know, great doing things for them on their social media side, and they trust me, so I want to make sure that I do the best job possible and that I make sure that fits everything with what I want and my expertise, but also going into new things in terms of deep diving into computers and all of that. So it should be fun. But yeah, let's see. Having the Pixel 6 Pro, would you still recommend it over the S21 Ultra or wait for the S22 / rip-off Note? So I did a video recently, and that video was why Good Lock still makes Samsung the best software on Android. Why it's still going to be the best on Android because of this one piece of software. And here's the thing about that. That is more true than ever. Because Google, although they're letting each iteration of the Pixel has let you customize it more and more, and I do like that, it's still always a bit restrictive. So for instance, I've already put Nova Launcher on the Pixel. I tried not to, but the at a glance thing on the top just isn't as good as Nova Launcher. And letting me customize it, like I felt like I need one more row here, Google, and you're kind of not letting me have that one more row. But Nova Launcher, I can do that. So, and again, this is on the Pixel, so obviously I can customize it there, but it's not as customizable, the Pixel. So I think it depends on the person. For say a person like my daughter that's used different versions of Android and isn't really kind of stuck to one, I think I would recommend the Pixel over the Samsung in that instance. For someone like my wife, mom, or brother who have kind of solidified in the Samsung version of Android, just to give an idea, none of them use gestures. All of them still have the back, home, and recent button, but it's actually like the reverse, the way Samsung used to have it, which like was the recent, home, and back button this way. It trips me up. I can't do that anymore. But so for them, I would say S21 Ultra, or more likely wait for the S22 Ultra, because like my wife needs the S Pen for what she does. So again, it just depends on the person. But yeah, so that kind of, hopefully that helps. It depends on how much you are solidified into the version of Android that Samsung offers. Okay, let's see. Debating on the Pixel 6 Pro versus Xiaomi Mi 12 Ultra. What do you think? Currently have the Fold 2 and the Mi 11 Ultra. I wish I could offer more insight, but I have not had a top Xiaomi phone in a long time. I think the Xiaomi Mix 2, I think was the last one like that I really got my hands on. That's when I went to a Xiaomi event in New York, and it was great. But that was basically the last time I really got into Xiaomi. And I loved everything they had to show off. Like, I really loved it. I wish I could have done more with them, but I haven't, I can't find good contact for Xiaomi or anything like that. I hope to find that at CES. That's one thing I'm really looking for, is who is the US contact for Xiaomi, so I can really kind of start to review their products more and more. But yeah, because of that, I do not know a lot of Xiaomi's information. I know they do really good lenses, but the software quite doesn't match up. And yeah, again, I can't go into the Pixel stuff too much because of the embargo. It lifts tomorrow morning. So wait to see that, and then you will kind of get a better idea of all the things that the Pixel can do that has made me feel one way or another. Does having a micro SD card in your phone slow down your phone because all the flagships don't have SD card slots? Yes, it does. So here's the thing. Micro SD cards do slow down your overall phone, and a slow enough micro SD card is what caused a lot of Androids to crash in the past. It's one of the reasons why Google has never had it on their phones. Every, Pixel phone, every, oh my God, what were they called before the Pixels? Galaxy phone. I can't think of what the name was before. I can't think of what the names were before the Pixels. Before the Pixels, they were the, what did Google used to call their Pixels? Their flagship phones. I can't think of it. Someone say that in the chat. I can't think of it. What were, before the Pixels, what were they called? Nexus. There you go, Nexus. I thought of it before I saw the chat. So the Nexus phones never had SD cards. Now, memory cards have kind of played a catch-up game when it comes to that. So, memory cards went from being top speed of 30 megabits per second to 50, then to 80, then over 100. Internal storage is at about 800 to 1,500 in terms of speed for most smartphones nowadays. So it's still way faster for internal storage than it is for a micro SD card. Now, does it slow it down completely? No, but you do notice when it, like, I, at least, again, a person that owns, I literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 phones on my table right now. Most people don't. So I did notice when micro SD card was in my phone and micro SD card wasn't in my phone. I did notice a difference. Now, was it a huge difference? Like, it bothered me? No. I would say it's more like a difference of how some people realize 120 hertz display is different from a 60. Because not everyone does. No matter what influencers tell you, not everyone does notice that. So yeah, basically those are all the things that just kind of like, yeah, so did it slow it down? Yes. Did it slow it down extremes? But when a memory card was too slow, when you did put in a 20 megabits per second memory card on a phone like the S8 Plus, the S9, and those phones, yeah, it did cause a lot of the app crashes, because when it was trying to pull from it, it couldn't respond fast enough, so it would cause crashes. So there was like a good 2 to 3 years where most Androids that were having app crashes were actually due to SD cards. That is the reason, by the way, why the Galaxy S6 went away from the micro SD card. They brought it back with the S7 because of all the backlash, and memory cards got faster at that point. But that was one of those jumps where, like, internal storage was like at, I think it was like at 300 or 400 megabits per second at that point. But yeah, it was like at that, and memory cards were still like at 30. Then they jumped to 80, and then I was like, okay, that's good enough. Like, you know, so yeah, those are some of the history of that kind of stuff. Let's see. Is it worth a phone to wirelessly charge that's not... Wait. Is it worth making a phone wireless charging or that's not? Is it worth it? I really hate when phones don't wirelessly charge. I personally just hate it. Like, I love wireless charging. I do it on every phone I have, so I personally love wireless charging. It's just a way just to keep your phone right there and wirelessly charge. My phones are all charged right now, but yeah, I would basically kind of just like always have one here, wirelessly charging, so that's what I would do. So yeah, I do think it's a really big importance for sure. Hello, this is ALXE, the YouTube Tech Guy fan. Hey bro, just came by, just dropped by. Hey Alex, how are you doing, man? It's funny because my son is named Alexander as well. So like now when I see an Alex, I automatically think of him, and I'm like, oh, that Alex. Like, you know, so yeah. No, I didn't name him after you. But yeah, man, nice seeing you. Next release, do they away with the charging point? I see that coming. Let bet Apple do it. So yeah, so of course everyone is wondering what Apple is going to do when it comes to the charging point or charging port, because they may have to go Type-C, and the only way around that is just going full wireless. I see that as so stupid that they just might do it. Like, it's so petty, but that is Apple. So it definitely might be something they would do. You know, this is a company that tried to sue every Android company until Google bought Motorola and was like, back off. That was a whole patent dispute thing where like Apple was like, you better stop doing this, or, you know, we're gonna, and then Google was like, okay, we bought all of the essential cell phone patents. Do you really want to go against a patent war against Android? Apple backed off, and that's what happened. So yeah, it was a real crazy time. But Apple has done that kind of stuff in the past. So yes, they would, but they do have to improve wireless charging for that to happen. Easy way to do that is make iPhones thicker so that the receiver can be thicker, and then they could go faster wireless charging, which is a possibility. So yeah. Is it... Oh, yeah, answer that one. If they really have ended the Note, if you bought the Note 20 Ultra, you have a collectible. In a sense, yeah, right? Like, it's something that no one else has, really. So, yeah, in a sense, the Note 20 Ultra could be the last Note, and that would indeed be a collectible. I wouldn't trade the Note 20 in, I'll say that. What specific USB-C cable should you buy if you connect a Samsung phone to a portable monitor that has USB Type-C input? Well, most portable monitors come with a USB Type-C, so I would use that. I would use the one that it comes with. If it doesn't come with any Type-C port that's fast enough, or that has... They're supposed to fix this because there's a whole new set of Type-C cables coming out. But basically, you would be safe with going with like a Thunderbolt. Anything that says Thunderbolt on it, like a Thunderbolt 3 cable, should be fine. And that would be your ultimate, like, you're good cable. And it will last you for other devices. But I would try, one, the cable that came with your Samsung device, and two, the cable that came with your monitor, and those are the ones I would use first. If you find that that doesn't work, then yeah, I would kind of go for a Thunderbolt cable. to simplify it, because there's other things to look for, but yeah. Let's see. I did have a Samsung Note 9. Sell it, bought the Note 20 Ultra at a very good price. The Note 20 Ultra continue to get updates. Yeah, it should continue for at least another 2 years to get updates for the Note 20 Ultra. I recently purchased Soundcore Liberty 3 Pro earbuds. I would show you mine. Mine are actually in my backpack because I take them around with me. They are great. Only issue is the touch controls aren't responsive. Aren't responsible. It listed on their website by others. Workarounds turn off the wear detection. Oh, interesting. I haven't used touch controls except to like pause and play, but it worked for that, but I haven't really used it other than that, so I don't know more than that. I am also actually testing some new ones out that I just got in. Of course, you know I love this brand. These were my top ones before Soundcore, the Liberty 3 Pros. They were the best ones, but Jabra has been my best one every year, so I'm very curious to see how this one is. I will say the Soundcore, I believe, does sound better than these so far, but these have some very interesting things as well. So very curious to go ahead and not compare those, but definitely have some fun with it for sure. All right, let's see. Whoa, we got a super chat donation. Thank you so much, KLVSD. Thank you always so much for tuning in, man. And then it is, I finally caught the Mobile Weekly in about a month. I picked up a refurbished Note 10 Plus, hoping to hold out for the Note, but I guess the Note 20 will be my next and last. Yeah, and again, thank you so much for the super chat donation. As I said, I would personally not trade in my Note 20 just because that could be a collector's item. So yeah, it's definitely something really crazy for sure. Okay, I'm trying to scroll back up now to see where we were. Okay. Thou shalt not insult the Rigsby notch. Thank you so much for that quiet storm. Again, I wasn't able to monitor the chat, but I just saw someone kept hitting, doing a lot. So I didn't see all the messages, but yeah, thank you for that. Soundcore 3 Pros, not responsive AR times, especially if you're wearing both, and turning off wear detection fixes it till the firmware. Sorry for the last few posts. Got it. Okay, so there's something with the AR or the touch. Okay, but so basically turning off wear detection fixes it. I actually like wear detection because like literally when if someone's talking to me, I just take them off and then it pauses and then I put them back in and then it comes back on. So I do like that. So I don't know. I haven't had an issue with it, but we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Hey Rick, I bought the A52 as a second phone. Thanks for the tips and tricks video. I'm so happy that helped you out, man. It's way faster and smoother and better battery. Good. God bless you. Thank you so much, Ludicrous, and thank you so much for letting me know that. It's awesome, and I'm glad you bought it because of that. Like I really want to expand on reviewing the A series. It was a test run this year with the A52, but if you guys really do like it, I'm going to continue to do all of the A series that I think would do well for my channel. Ricky going to turn that hair point into a notch? No, I will never turn. That's why the teardrop. I'm a fan of the teardrop, you know? Yeah, that's for sure. I am growing my hair out again, so I'm hoping to get the long hair going by December, and then by January CES, so we'll have to wait and see. Oh, by the way, the music you added to the Newegg deal is pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of superhero theme. Funny enough, I did not add that, but I will tell the producer of that that you like the song because yeah, it's a fun song that goes on before and at the end, if I'm not mistaken. That's the only notch that we're allowed. Yes, the teardrop notch. I'm not biased at all, I swear. I have a friend that wants to buy a phone right out under 500. What do you recommend? How much is the Pixel 5a? Because that is a great phone with an extremely long battery life and still one of the best cameras around. So that's the phone that immediately pops to my head. Yeah, that phone is $450. So that would probably be my main recommendation right off the bat. Just, you know, doing a quick Google search, I see that it starts at $449, so under 500. That is a great one to go with, and that's before trading in your phone, which so you might be able to trade in a phone to get it cheaper. The other one would definitely be the Samsung A52, which I believe is even cheaper than that one. Now, the Samsung, you get the Samsung ecosystem. You don't get all of the same stuff you get on the S series. But yeah, that's another one that I would say, A52. And that one is exactly 500 if you get the US version. You can get, like, you know, different versions or different, you know, you can get different versions depending on the country and everything like that. And that, like Newegg has one for $449 right now. But yeah, they're just always different, and some of them are GSM only if you don't get the US version. So it just depends on what you're looking for. But those are probably the two phones that come to mind right away, is the Pixel 5a 5G and the Samsung Galaxy A52 5G. Xiaomi Mi Pad 5 or 5 Pro or versus Samsung tablet. Again, as I stated earlier, I just have not, like, I would love to reach out to Xiaomi and be like, hey, can you send me some of your products? Because, you know, it'd be really great to review them. In terms of buying them, it's not a good ROI, to be quite honest, because it's just, they're just as expensive as a Samsung phone, but Samsung phones are proven to do very well on my channel, whereas other phones don't always do that well. So because of that, I can't per se just, you know, go out and buy one just at willy-nilly kind of stuff. Like, I really have to see that there is a demand for it. But because of that, I would have to say a Samsung tablet, because they're really good and they have a great quality. Now, I did have this Lenovo that's a 13-inch tablet that I'm going to be checking out right now. And this one is really awesome because of the fact that it's a 13-inch display, so it's bigger than any Samsung tablet that is currently available right now. But also, the thing I have to say that I absolutely love about it is that I cannot wait to test this out. It has a HDMI out. So you can actually plug in, like, a Nintendo Switch, a PlayStation, you know, whatever you want to. You can plug in a Samsung phone into this and it make it a bigger screen. So those kind of things are very curious that I'm going to be testing out. So that's something that's very unique that catches my attention even as a person that loves Samsung tablets. So I would say Samsung tablet for the most part, except for maybe something like this. Again, I just unboxed it today. I have to test it out for a few days and see how it goes. Does connecting your laptop to a second monitor make the processor of your laptop hot? It makes your laptop overall hotter, yes. Not only your processor, but your graphics card too. Everything is working harder because it's displaying to two displays. So yes, if you connect your laptop like I do to my, I connected via HDMI to my monitor. What I do is I try to mitigate the heat that increases. So I literally have like an old-fashioned spinning fan that's quiet, that blows into my laptop from the back vents, and then I have a cooling fan underneath my laptop to blow cool air from the front, so it keeps it very cool. I also make it so when I connect it to, I have a very big monitor right here. It's a 49-inch monitor. So I turn my laptop display off. If I were to want my laptop display on for like a smaller, like 15-inch or 13-inch or portable monitor, then for that purpose, I would keep both monitors on. But yeah, you want to kind of try to mitigate, especially if you're pushing it hard. Right now, the reason I have both those cooling systems on it right now is because I'm doing a live stream in 1080p. So basically, while doing all these other things, so because of that, I have to make sure that it is cool and stays cool, so that I don't get choppiness and or any issues, at least as little as possible. Let's see. Still love my Note 10 Plus. Hey, it's a great phone for sure. What are the specs on your MSI laptop? It has a what? I don't even know what gen I have for processor. It has a Snapdragon or Snapdragon. Yes, it has a mobile processor. No, it doesn't. It has an RTX 2070 Super graphics card on it, 32 gigs of RAM. I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to remember what my processor is. So it's a 10th gen i7 processor. Yeah, with 32 gigs of RAM. I have 2 terabytes, basically 1 terabyte NVMe and another 1 terabyte NVMe. So yeah, that's all my specs on my laptop, which are good. But again, I'm fine with this laptop. I want to wait probably till, I don't know if it'll come out at the end of 2021, or sorry, 2022. But what I'm really waiting for is a gaming laptop that can charge with the new Type-C connection that can go up to 240 watts. Again, that connection was just announced at the end of this year, so I don't know if it's going to be possible that we have one by the end of next year. But that is what I'm excited for. I mean, who knows? They could even announce it at CES and I'll be like, okay, time to trade in. Because that is one thing. I hate that I have to have a proprietary connector for my MSI. So the moment that I can get a 240 watt charging Type-C laptop, gaming laptop, I'm moving. I like that. That is it. That's what will get me to leave this laptop for another one for sure. But yeah. Didn't Razer have a native Android on their phone? Rick, wish they would do 3. Razer have native Android on their phone. You mean the Razer, the flip phone? On their phones? Or do you mean Razer the gaming company? I think you mean Razer the gaming company, I think. They did have pretty much stock Android for the most part. And I did love them actually because they were the only phone manufacturer that just did something genius. And they made Nova the stock launcher. It was genius because Nova is the best launcher anyway. And most people put Nova on there that are hardcore gamers on Android. So it's just like, it's perfect. It was like perfect for it. So yeah, that was so awesome. And I love the Mi. What will they bring will they bring out? I hear they got a desktop mod like Dex. Got it. Again, I'm very curious to use Xiaomi. I haven't gotten a chance to for a while. I need a pen so Pixel wouldn't work. I understand. You know, I really want to test out, like, I was thinking about, I'd have to ask him. I think my boy JC would be the only one to know if any pens can work on this. Like, damn, where did that go? I think I moved that pen that I had here. But did I put it over here? So let me show you one thing you could do. And that is, this is a pen. Look how thin this tip is. This is on a Pixel. So could I use a pen with the Pixel? Yes. Is it as effective as an S Pen? No. It is literally just going to be able to touch just like I can with any stylus. Not the same way that obviously you'd want for an S Pen. But can you do it? Absolutely. Again, look how thin this tip is. It is not too different from the tip of the Fold. It's not too different. So, narrow, yes, but cannot do the same functionality. So, yeah, maybe I should do a video on that one, actually, with this pen. I know they have a newer version of it, too. I'll check that out, see if see if it's better off with the newer version. Everyone ended up saying Nexus later. What's going on, bro? Good to see you. Have you switched to Apple yet? I mean, no, Ben. I never will. But I do always review them so I can see how pathetic. Still, so many features missing on this one. I'm going to do that soon too. 5 features that are still not on iPhones. Like, how? I mean, how? Like, Jesus. But yeah. But yes, I always make sure to check out the competition. So I always do review. I always do make sure to thoroughly know everything that it has to do. You should try doing that with Android sometime. Just saying. By the way, is it safe to use regular wireless charging overnight? Yeah, it is. Regular wireless charging is still good for your phone because it charges at a slower rate, so you're not gaining too much in terms of overcharging or high voltages to your phone. So yes, it is better. I never seen that out of my Note 9 or S7, but when do you have room for everything? Cause 8K pics and videos. Yeah, no, for sure. And again, I don't like that Samsung got rid of the micro SD card recently because 128 isn't enough for me, at least. Like, I have the 256 gig version of the Fold 3 and I had to delete and move a lot before I switched over to this. And I am actually at 170 gigs right now. So again, the 128 would not work for me. So I always have to get a bigger storage now, regardless of the phone I get, for my main daily driver. I want a micro SD card slot. I don't. Oh, whoa, a whole bunch of questions loaded. Everybody drink. Haven't had that happen for a little while. I want my micro SD card. I don't install apps on it. I use it for video, photos, and books. That's a great way to go. Hey, Biggs, thank you so much for that super chat donation. Again, as always, I'm more than happy to answer any questions. Thank you, though, for all of your support for the channel. I really do always appreciate it, and I want you to know that. Let's see. ND updates, eating the phone overnight, and not having room for future proof, just like my PC. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to updating the phones, like, that is something that a lot of people worry about to make sure that it's updated. Especially when it comes to security, that's my biggest thing. Like, I want security updates as long as I have the phone, for sure. Is it okay to install banking apps on your phone, namely Xiaomi Poco phones and also other phones that have Chinese ROMs, not the global ROMs? That is to your discretion. Would I do it? No, probably not. I don't think I would, to be quite honest. Just because, again, it is that paranoia of that they have to allow it to happen in terms of if the Chinese... I mean, do I think it's any more secure? No, I don't think it's any more... Chinese phones, I don't think, are more secure than US phones. And I only think certain companies really take security and privacy very important. I think Google and Samsung have proven, because they have security chips on the phone that kind of mitigate all of your private data, that shows you how concerned they are when it comes to security, more than other Androids that just don't really pay attention to it as much. Whoa, another super chat donation. Thank you so much, Benjamin, for the super chat donation. ROFL at your comment on my post. What are your thoughts on the new MacBook Pros? Keep up the good work, man. Thank you so much, Ben. I really do appreciate it. I always missed our banter, man. In terms of the MacBook Pros, I talked about it. I think that they are really going to be great for a lot of users in terms of the performance. We don't know. People haven't got them in their hands yet, right? So we have to get them in their hands to see if everything Apple is saying is true, and in every aspect. The graphical performance on early leaks have shown that they are not as good as most dedicated in terms of dedicated graphics cards. but that they do things very well in terms of like say like photo editing or even like Lightroom and things like that very well. And of course, their own software like Final Cut is going to do very well with it. So it has gotten a lot of people very interested. And again, I have said for a while now, over a year, that the M1 should have given a lot of people, other people, a blueprint, especially when it comes to Chromebooks. If I truly do believe Chrome OS could overtake Windows if they would do certain things. Having Chromebooks that can more easily, because they can more easily adapt to having an ARM-based processor like the M1 chip on Mac, would give Chromebooks a huge advantage over Windows. But not only that, they have a distinct advantage that MacBooks don't. And that is, of course, that MacBooks don't have touchscreen. So iPad app and iOS apps don't really work that well on there. But with Chromebooks, you have touchscreen, so it really can work well. So all of that being said, those are going to be the big things when it comes to it, for sure. All right. I say this in all sincerity. Screw Apple. I will say, though, you cannot deny MacBook Pros. Basically, if you saw my post on social media, I kept just laughing. There's this wrestler that goes like this when he, just shows up, basically. And I thought there was no better summing up Apple being like, "Minions, I give you ports and function keys." Like really, like that was so talked about for way too long, especially all the ports. We're giving you an HDMI, we're giving you an SD card and a headphone jack, and everyone's just like, yeah. Like really, like that was just so ridiculous. Like that, the fact that they took that long on it was annoying. Oh, and the fact that if you missed it, they are charging $20 for an Apple cleaning cloth. Apple is charging $20 for a cleaning cloth. Sorry, $19. But if you missed it, you can get an Apple cleaning cloth. Like, oh, I'm sorry, polishing cloth. But I'm just like, really? Really? They had to, yeah. So yeah, again, and the audacity that it's backordered is so ridiculous. But yeah. All right. Long hair YouTube tech guy approaches again. Yes. Can you recommend a wireless gaming or non-gaming headset to put a web link of it, or mainly used for music playing? Ooh, I mean, so a gaming headset that I use, or sorry, not, I use the PS5 gaming headset for all of my, for my gaming. So that's on the PS5 for the most part. I don't usually game on the PC as much anymore. The one I use for the PC is Jabra. So that one is the Jabra Evolve 265s. Yeah. So this is the main one. I would say if you want a headset with a killer mic, this is the one that I use. But there's probably so many better sounding ones, to be quite honest. So I just dropped the link in the description for that one. But I mean, you know, there's probably so many great ones out there, from Logitech or from, what's the other one? Turtle Beach and all these other ones out there. But yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Razer has some really good ones too. Let me just look up real quick. Yeah, like these Razer ones are always on sale. So you have the Nari, Nari, wireless 7.1 surround sound. They're on sale for 120 bucks. Probably sound 10 times better for gaming. Again, I just don't know about when it comes to audio quality, like listening to music with them. I, for one, it's not a gaming headset, but I use the Sony MW4s. So I use these ones. And you can get them, actually you can get a renewed version on sale. But these ones, I would probably wait till Black Friday to be honest. Because they'll definitely probably go on sale. But these ones are $289 for a renewed version, or you can get a brand new for $350. But again, these will definitely probably go on sale. So yeah, I would probably wait till Black Friday for those. Apple wireless charger now comes with a notch. Acer, I'm waiting for the Apple Watch notch though. That's the one that we have to have. Apple has to give us an Apple Watch notch, just because. Hey sir, got the sold the Note 20 Ultra and got the Fold 3. Hey man, it's great for productivity. And that's why I kept it. It's for productivity. Now this is charged. Um, but yeah. Hello Ricky. Wondering if they sell an S21 stylus protectors that can carry in my pocket safely. Um, I don't know what you mean, stylus. Do you mean something to hold the pen? Like these, I told you, I mean, for the Fold 3 videos, I showed you guys these. These are the Rinky S Pen holders. So you can actually hold onto your S Pen with this. So that would be a way. What case? I used the Spigen case and the official Samsung case that held the S Pen for most of my S21 days. So those are the ones that that I used before this. Is it okay to install? Oh yeah, I already answered that one. Oh, whoa! A bunch of questions just flooded. Everybody drink. Um, Thanks for naming your son after me. No, I told you it wasn't the case. But thank you so much for the super chat donation, Alex. I really appreciate it. All right, let's see. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's 51st Day questions. Thank you so much, as always, for reminding me, Quiet Storm. This is the point where I do my shameless plug for the app that I created a long time ago. 51st Day questions is going to be a great game to play on. Sorry for that. It's going to be a great game to play on a first date or anytime you're spending with your significant other. And you want to find out what's going on in their lives right now. You want to find out, their current hopes, aspirations, dreams, whatever is going on with them. This is a great way to find out. 51st Date questions. You ask them a question, they ask you a question until you get up to 50 questions. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below with that, and the links will be in the description as well for 51st Date questions. Can you put a web link for the laptop cooling pad you're using? And can you put a web link for that tablet? Yes, this tablet is the Lenovo Yoga Tab 13. I don't know why Amazon doesn't look like they have it. I know Newegg has it. Let me share a link for that. And then you were asking for a link for the laptop cooling pad I'm using. I will get you that as well. Sorry, I don't know why my link is working for Newegg. Hopefully this one works. Let me know if it doesn't. But that is the link for the Yoga Tab 13. And then the cooling pad I'm using. I have to look back at my orders. And look back at cooling. Here we go. And this is the cooling pad I'm using. So there you go. All right. Yeah, no, instant notes from lock screen, writing screen, precision screenshots, pen up, not an S Pen, different. Definitely, I agree with you. And that's the thing. You can use a pen on it, but it's not the same thing at all, for sure. People support and lie for Apple people support Microsoft, Xbox. Therefore, it's not. It they'll never get better or change. Yeah, it's possible. Apple's philosophy. This is the way we do things. If you don't like it, screw you. Pretty much. Yeah. Um. All right. Oh, was there another spammer? Thank you, Quiet Storm, for checking that out. Fair enough, Quiet Storm. Chromebooks will now also have app section for Windows 11, which is basically Google's version of your phone app. Samsung and Microsoft has. Apple is way behind. Yeah, I agree with that actually. Like when it comes to pairing your phone, Apple was ahead at first because you got your iMessages and your FaceTime connected to your MacBook, but now it's like Windows and Android's gone way ahead because now you have your whole phone mirrored to it perfectly, and you can do everything from it. So it's a little bit better off, I would say, for sure. I remember Apple finally introduced swipe texting like 10 years after Android. Definitely happens for sure. Definitely happened for sure. Why does it take 10 to 12 weeks for delivery? Don't know. The polishing cloth. Yeah, I don't know. Sony XM4 is still good though? Yes, definitely. Again, these are my main headphones I use out to connect to my computer. When I want to use any over-ear headphones, these are my go-tos. So yes, they're great. Hi Ricky, do you think it's a good idea to use a battery protector for the Fold 3 to limit the charge to 85%? Any downsides to that? The downside is your battery life is even less. That's the downside to it. But if you missed my talk earlier, the more you keep your battery between 20% and 80%, the better off your battery life is. Will most people ever abide by that? No, it's very difficult to do. So, but that is better and beneficial for you. The downside to it again is you have less battery life. If you have 85%, then your battery is going to drain quicker to 50 than if you would have had 100%. So that's the difference. Is there a difference between wireless gaming and non-wireless gaming headset? Yeah, wireless gaming typically supports specific kind of sounds that are surrounding you. So basically, it helps you out in like first-person shooter games, so you can tell if something's coming from a different angle from you. So that is the idea behind gaming headsets that regular headsets will not have. That don't support those kind of codecs that are specifically made for gaming, and that pretty much all gaming headsets have. So that would be the main difference. The headset is mainly to be used for music playing, not for gaming. Then, if it's mainly for music playing, I wouldn't go. I would say the Sonys are really good ones to go for, the M4s that I posted earlier. So those would be definitely good ones to go with. All right, guys, and on that note, we are going to end the show. Quiet Storm is giving me the stream time warning alert, aka don't get Ricky in trouble with the family alert. So yes, that is true. I will be ending the show now, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for all the super chat donations and for all the chat in general. I know we had two bad apples like today. Quiet Storm was on top of it like always, so thank you for that, Quiet Storm. And yeah, guys, lots of videos coming this week. I shot at least 4 or 5 over the weekend, so got to get to editing. Thank you guys always for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you so much again for watching. Make sure to subscribe at YouTube Tech Guy and check out some more great tech videos on your screen or right now.